Do you think Red Bull's reign in Formula One is unshakable? Well, think again. The racing world has witnessed a shocking shift, and it's all thanks to McLaren's relentless drive. Not only have they closed in on the Constructors' Championship, but they've also given Red Bull a reason to worry about their own dominance. What's even more astonishing is how McLaren has managed to pull off such an incredible turnaround. This isn't just about a fast car or a few upgrades, there's a lot more at play. And as we dig deeper into this unfolding saga, you'll see just how McLaren has outsmarted Red Bull, both on and off the track. So stick around as we break down how McLaren is giving Red Bull a run for their money in a way no one expected. The tables have turned, and it's not just about the car's performance. McLaren recently dropped a bombshell on Red Bull by revealing a strategic masterstroke. They've managed to recruit a key player from Red Bull's camp, a move that's bound to ruffle some feathers in the paddock. This new addition is none other than Mclaren'S, who has been an integral part of Red Bull since they took over Jaguar's F1 operations back in 2005. Most notably, he's been the brain behind Red Bull's race strategies since 2010, the man often praised for their stunning tactical maneuvers. Now, he's joining McLaren as their new sporting director, reporting to racing director Randeep Singh, who in turn works under team CEO Andrea Stella. This isn't the first time McLaren has raided Red Bull's talent pool. They previously brought in senior technical figure Rob Marshall, and their technical lineup also features former Red Bull engineer Peter Prodromou. It seems McLaren is building an all-star team not just to challenge but to dethrone Red Bull. The surprises for Red Bull don't stop there. McLaren's latest signing isn't the only blow the team has faced recently. Red Bull's technical mastermind, Adrian Newey, is set to leave for Aston Martin in 2025. Meanwhile, their sports director, Jonathan Wheatley, will take on the role of team principal at Sauber the following year. This sudden shake-up within Red Bull's ranks could spell trouble for their future dominance. In response, Red Bull has already started making internal adjustments, announcing a new structure for their racing team. With Wheatley's departure at the end of the year, Max Verstappen's race engineer, Gianpiero Lambias, is set to receive a promotion to maintain the team's strategic edge. However, McLaren's strategy is twofold. Not only are they strengthening their own squad by bringing in experienced personnel like Mclaren'S, but they're also weakening Red Bull by luring away some of their most valuable talents. This approach could reshape the competitive landscape, creating new challenges for Red Bull to overcome. For McLaren, hiring Mclaren'S isn't just about bringing in an expert, it's about hitting their main rival where it hurts. By recruiting such an experienced and successful F1 executive, McLaren isn't only reinforcing its leadership but also disrupting Red Bull's well-oiled machinery. Mclaren'S' deep knowledge and vast experience in race strategy make him the perfect fit for McLaren's evolving structure, which Stella has been refining since taking charge in late 2022. In Red Bull, Mclaren'S played a vital role in setting the gold standard for race strategies, leaving a legacy that shaped the team's razor-sharp performance. His resignation has dealt a major blow to Red Bull, which has only recently announced internal restructuring to counter the loss of their key figures. Adding to their woes, Mclaren'S is heading to a team that has not only surpassed Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship but also appears to be growing stronger with each passing race. His expertise will undoubtedly help McLaren iron out some of their own on-track challenges, boosting their chances of maintaining their new status as Formula One's frontrunner. As McLaren's new sporting director, Mclaren'S will report to Randeep Singh and have control over crucial trackside operations, including communication with the FIA. This move will allow Singh, who holds a pivotal role within the team, to focus more on strategic aspects while easing some of the pressure he's been under. Previously, Singh juggled both sporting and strategic duties, and Mclaren'S' addition to the leadership team will fill gaps and strengthen McLaren's overall command on race weekends. This shift is not in response to a specific deficiency within McLaren but rather a strategic move to bolster their leadership. With Mclaren'S on board, McLaren aims to reduce stress points across their race operations, creating a smoother and more focused approach. Additionally, Mclaren'S' role will span across McLaren's various racing projects, providing a wealth of expertise to the entire firm. However, the impact of his joining may take some time to become apparent since he is under contract with Red Bull until 2026. This means McLaren might need to negotiate for an early release if they want to leverage his experience sooner. While Cortini's full impact might be a few years away due to contractual constraints, McLaren isn't sitting idle. They understand the importance of improving in the short term rather than waiting for Cortini's arrival to make a difference. Team principal Andrea Stella has been actively pushing the better now, don't wait till tomorrow mentality within the squad. In light of Cortini's impending addition, Stella expressed enthusiasm, saying, "We are delighted to welcome Will to McLaren. His experience, professionalism, and passion for motorsport make him the ideal candidate to lead our F1 sporting function." This move is critical as McLaren enters a key phase in its journey to solidify its status as a consistent frontrunner. Meanwhile, Red Bull's official stance on the situation was bittersweet. A spokesperson remarked that Cortini would continue to serve the team until his contract concludes in 2026, adding, "We are sad to see him go but wish him all the best in this step up." This formal tone indicates that Red Bull acknowledges the gravity of this loss, especially given that McLaren is striving to accelerate the transition and bring Cortini into their fold as soon as possible. Cortini isn't the only top-tier talent making an exit from Red Bull. Earlier, the team's design expert, Adrian Newey, confirmed his move to Aston Martin in March 2025. Additionally, Jonathan Wheatley, the sports manager at Red Bull, is set to take over as team principal at Sauber from next season. All these high-profile departures suggest a potential unraveling of Red Bull's once seemingly invincible operations. As these internal shifts unfold, the battle on the track is taking a new, fierce form. This season has been one of the most intense in recent memory, with McLaren now proving to be a serious contender. The scene in Singapore was a clear indication of this shift in power. Just a week after the heated battle in Baku, where Oscar Piastri narrowly fought for a win against Charles Leclerc, McLaren seemed to dominate in Singapore with ease. Lando Norris, in particular, was in a class of his own, building an early lead during qualifying before extending his advantage over Max Verstappen to nearly 25 seconds prior to the pit stops. What made this achievement even more remarkable was that McLaren hadn't introduced any major upgrades, except for a redesigned beam wing. The turnaround in performance stunned the paddock and left Red Bull scrambling for answers. The secret behind McLaren's surprising performance in Singapore isn't easy to pinpoint. The key lies in how different Formula One teams adapt to various levels of downforce on different tracks. Each weekend presents unique challenges, from high-speed circuits to technical, low-speed ones, and McLaren seems to have unlocked a specific advantage. McLaren's CEO, Andrea Stella, broke down the reasons behind this success. According to him, the McLaren-38's remarkable performance in Singapore was closely linked to its high downforce configuration, which suits tracks like Marina Bay. This is a stark contrast to places like Baku, which requires lower drag levels. Stella noted, "If I look at previous races at this high level of downforce, we seem to be very competitive. It's not just about finding more pace, it's about finding the right balance for each track." This season has shown that when maximum downforce is needed, and drag isn't an issue, McLaren shines. For instance, in Hungary and Zandvoort, the car demonstrated similarly dominant performances. Stella believes the McLaren-38 currently has one of the best aerodynamic efficiencies on the grid. On lower downforce circuits, however, Ferrari and Red Bull are more comparable. This strategic focus on high downforce is part of what makes McLaren's resurgence so exciting and worrying for their rivals. McLaren's strategic investment in high downforce levels appears to be paying off. But it's not just the car that's evolving, it's the entire team. As Andrea Stella pointed out, the team has been steadily developing a better understanding of how to operate at the front of the grid. They've moved beyond merely competing now, they're executing races with a level of precision and clinical decision-making that rivals their more experienced competitors. Stella explains that frequent racing at the front has helped McLaren adjust its approach to race weekends. Now, they engage in more in-depth strategy discussions, even focusing on internal competition between their drivers. This level of preparation was not part of McLaren's routine when they weren't fighting for podiums. Similarly, their race strategies have shifted to be more defensive. Instead of being the first to react, they now force the car in P2 to make the first move, allowing McLaren to respond and cover gaps effectively. With 6 races left in the season, the question on everyone's mind is, can McLaren continue to disrupt the status quo? Their recent poaching of Red Bull's talent suggests a long-term strategy designed to maintain their momentum. Meanwhile, Red Bull, facing the departure of key figures, may find themselves struggling to adapt to the shifting dynamics. McLaren's recent success isn't just about raw speed, it's about building an adaptable team ready to capitalize on every opportunity. Red Bull, on the other hand, now faces the challenge of reconfiguring its strategy to stay ahead. The poaching of talent and the evolving competitive landscape hint at a possible changing of the guard in Formula One. So what does the future hold for these two teams? Will McLaren's rise continue to put pressure on Red Bull, forcing them to rethink their approach, or will Red Bull find a way to bounce back stronger? The final races of the season will give us a glimpse into how this rivalry might shape the sport in the coming years. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So, there you have it, McLaren's strategic masterstroke and Red Bull's challenges laid bare. This season has been nothing short of dramatic, with unexpected turns and fierce rivalries that keep us all on the edge of our seats. As McLaren continues to strengthen its position and Red Bull scrambles to adapt, one thing is clear: the final races are set to be some of the most thrilling we've seen in years. What do you think? Can McLaren continue this momentum and challenge for the championship, or will Red Bull find a way to reclaim their dominance? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear your predictions. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Formula One updates and insights. Until next time, stay tuned for more high-speed drama on and off the track.